Hi, welcome to Ruger. My name is Christian Bowman, and I make the bolts for the American centerfire hunting rifle. So starting off, we start with the raw stock. Some of the differences between the Gen 1 and Gen 2 rifle is that this is a stainless bolt. We're using 416 stainless, where on Gen 1 we're using a 4140 alloy. And it comes in pre-cut to bearing fit, so it goes in our machines real nice and easy. And we check this before we make parts to make sure that it meets our quality standards. This is the first operation of the bolt. It's what we call the turning op, and it sets our primary structures to make sure that we're going to have a good part when it exits the process. For instance, we do lug height and body diameter. And what the body diameter is going to do is make sure that you have a real nice, smooth feeling action. And so we pay a lot of attention to the surface finish of the product. Also, we set lug height, which is going to help determine your head space. So these are two very important features for having a good functioning firearm. So in this operation, we call it our deep drill operation. And what we do is we remove the excess material from the previous operation. We drill about 5 inches deep to give the firing pin clearance so that it doesn't bind up while you're shooting the firearm. And it's a pretty simple operation, but it can be very difficult to do. So in this operation, we put in key safety features like our gas hole. We also put in our bolt handle window, our alignment slot. And one of the things that's different about Gen 2 versus Gen 1 is we have a 3-position safety. And in order to do so, we had to put in this clearance notch here. But also for our different bolt stop, we have to put all this clearance in here. So it's very different. Took us a while to set up the process, but it's a really good process for a great feeling firearm. And on this model, this is a PMAG, so it works with our PMAG type magazines. We have clearance cuts, so that also happens in this operation. We also have a large chamfer put on the back so that it doesn't catch your cartridges while you're decocking and recocking the firearm. So this is a pretty fun operation. A lot happens, as you can see. We go from just a tube with a hole in it to all these different features. Again, that's what allows you to cock the firearm and resets the firing pin. And this is for your new bolt stop, which gives you a really smooth feeling firearm. And this is for your new bolt handle. So it's a really cool process. So here's where the magic really happens. In this operation, we give you your cartridge seat, your firing pin. Your firing pin hole connects all the way through to that larger hole in the second operation to allow it to come all the way through and do its job. We also put in your ejector hole, your extractor hole, and an undercut. And we also do your lug profile. Without the lugs, you don't have a gun to fire. So the bolt's not completely done yet. We have some links to trim off on the end. Not a whole lot changed from Gen 1 to Gen 2 on this operation really at all. But nevertheless, this is one of the most important stages of the bolt for the firearm. If we have lug rotation issues, if these aren't clocked right, it's not going to function right. The bolt's not going to go through the receiver. It's going to click, it's going to hit. So this is a really important but very sustainable part of the process. And there we have it. This is the final part of the process. We trim the bolt to length. And as you can see here, it exposes the cam cuts and the helix that allows you to recock the firearm when you pull the bolt up. And this is a pretty important feature length, so we check it on every part. And besides assembly, this is a completely finished Gen 2 PMAG bolt made of 416 stainless in just a few simple steps. So one important step for customer feel, to make sure you have the best functioning firearm you can get, is we tumble the parts. So what tumbling is it's a ceramic media that not only deburrs the part, but it leaves a smooth surface finish. So before the parts go into the gun, as you can see, it's very, very shiny, but it's not perfectly smooth. What tumbling allows us to do is it does dull the part, but it gives us a super, super smooth finish, down to about an RA of about 9. And what that gives you as a customer is a non-zippy bolt, a safe and deburred part, and a more quality feel. So it's one of the most important parts of the process, but it's one of the simplest parts of the process. So my name is Christian Bowman. Thank you for your time.